I was still living in an apartment with my two older sisters. We're all in our early 20s in a shady area in the city here in the Philippines. And by shady, I mean neighbors who use drugs, gangsters roaming around like they own the streets, riots in the middle of the night. Yeah, you get the picture. I know this isn't a good place for three girls to live, but we really don't have a choice since the rent is really cheap and the money's tight. So on to the story. My sisters were already sleeping that night and I was still up studying for the upcoming finals when our landline suddenly started ringing. I was kind of annoyed more than puzzled as to why on earth someone's still calling in the middle of the night. I didn't move to answer the call and just focused harder on what I'm reading. The caller would hang up after like 5 rings, then try to call again. It was already hard to focus at that time because the ringing was already getting into my head, so I promised myself to answer the next call. So when the phone rang, I answered it immediately. I asked who the caller is. There was no answer. All I could hear was heavy breathing and random noise on some street. I shrugged it off, hung up, and went back to studying. The calls stopped, and for once I could finally start studying in peace. After several minutes, I got sleepy and prepared to go to bed when my phone started freaking ringing again. I ignored it and continued cleaning up my stuff. The call went to voicemail, and the caller left a message.
Look outside. I'm outside your door. I'm outside as I speak to you right now. Just take a look outside at me.
The voice was breathy, but it was obvious that the caller was a guy. He uttered those words with a sing-songy voice like he was a maniac on the loose. I was creeped the fuck out, nevertheless. I woke up my sisters and told them what had happened. We were all freaked out. We don't know what to do since there isn't a 911 hotline here in the Philippines you could call any time, nor a team of policemen who would respond immediately. So we just secured the locks and stayed awake together all night, holding one another with knives in our hands. Fortunately, nothing terrible happened and the creeper didn't call again, but that was enough to make us move the fuck out of that place.